people. How are you? How have you been? Thank you for the last one. Let me tell you something. That one, I just tried it. Like a lot of people were crying. I don't know how to go to a podcast. I don't know how to connect to this podcast. What am I going to do? I said, you know what? Everybody watches videos on YouTube. So let me just do a video. I will post this on the podcast and then I will just post a YouTube video because I had a channel. Since 2013, I have not been using it. So I posted it and it did well. I put my camera on landscape. I don't even know where to look. Now I'm looking like here. I'm looking there. I don't know where the camera is. Maybe I think it's here. Yeah, it's here. Yes. So, today I'm going to dedicate this video / podcast to my friend. That's why I'm repping my friend. My friend she's obsessed with wrapping her head these days. I don't know what's going on. So this podcast is dedicated to Aminata Iyamide Masari. I call her Maizo. Like she's mine. She's Maizo. Maizo, I'm repping, although I have a wig on the... Sorry, my friend. I can't go bald. So, Iyamide, thank you for your friendship. Thank you for everything. You know, I've come a long way. So, I am yours truly, Beatrice. So, I have decided to be posting on my YouTube channel and then post the audio to my podcast. So, let's do this simultaneously. If you like me, tiny bit, please, I beg you, just subscribe. Subscribe and tell people to subscribe. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, today, I want us to talk about something that I think we've been talking about so much, but nobody is really talking about it from the angle I want to talk about it. And I'm going to say a lot of things that might offend you, that might make you think I'm insensitive, that might make you even place judgment on this video. But that is not my intention. My intention is just to prick your brain so you will think. So please, show mercy. I just want to prick your brain so you will think. This is like me tapping your brain. Have we not been thinking about this from this angle? Have we just been thinking about this from this other angle? So this topic emanated from a post I saw on WhatsApp. Somebody sent it to a group that I belong, and it says a certain man has been raping a 4 or 5-year-old kid, a certain driver. And this driver was purportedly quoted to be the humble driver from the first sentence of the notice that I saw. And he will pick up these kids, he will drop all of them home, and he will stay in the car with this girl, and then he will rape the girl until, you know, the way they say it's whatever days for the thief and one day for the master. Then he was caught, but the deed has been done. Now today I don't want us to look at the perpetrator. I want us to look at ourselves as parents. Let us look at ourselves as parents and where have we been missing it when it comes to protecting our children. Okay? Ultimately, one of my friends posted that ultimately it is God that protects. Agreed. I am an ardent Christian. I believe in God and I believe that ultimately it is God that protects all of us. That is sacrosanct. I have no problem about it. So now, everybody that comes up with an advocacy advocates on the reprimanding of the person that is doing the wrong deed, the rape. It's not even a mistake. Now, let's look at the law. The law is very strong in Sierra Leone when it comes to rape. Let's look about advocacy. In fact, I think Sierra Leone is over-advocating against this issue. So it is not that we are lacking the structures. We are not lacking the voices. We are not lacking the structures. But it is still happening. People are still raping children. And that is that's the worst case scenario. Because I know rape is taking place in marriages. Rape is taking place with people that are fairly old. You know. But when it happens to children, I start to think that if we shift our minds a little bit, because now, let me tell you this. If somebody knows that if they do a certain thing, they are going to be reprimanded, or they are going to rot in jail, or probably they're even going to lose their life, but they still do it, what does that tell you? It tells you that there is a missing link in that person's brain. So what I have come to, convince myself is that there is mental illness that is prevalent in these men that commit this crime. Their upstairs is not correct. If they say that the population of the world is 8 women to 1 man, it means every grown man has 8 grown women that he can talk to have sex. But if that man says he wants to have sex with a child, a minor, somebody that does not even know what he is doing, believe me or leave it, I am convinced that that person has a mental, something is not correct. Something is, the cables are not, working properly. So if I have convinced myself that anybody that is doing that is not okay, if I hold that to be true, that anybody that thinks pedophilia is something, that arouses them or whatever arouses them, I have come to believe that that person is sick, is mentally ill. So if you are mentally challenged, I will take you out of the equation. Me, that is the parent of the child, is not mentally challenged. What can I do to protect my child? I think this is a question, and this is the angle I want to talk about this. I'm going to tell a lot of parents that maybe we have not thought about this widely. We have thought about some things, and some things we have looked at them like, oh, this is not possible. It not going to happen. This possible, it not going to treat me so. We have looked at, and all of the scenarios that we have convinced ourselves that it's not possible. We have convinced ourselves brothers cannot do it, the uncle cannot do it, this cannot do it. All of them have happened. All of them have happened. We've heard about brothers raping and sisters. We have about uncle raping, their nieces. Everything, friends. We have heard about everything. So it's not high time that we take away all of those excuses, those caveats that, oh, this is not possible, it's not possible, it's not possible. And, expand our hands in the pursuit of preserving our children. I think, so one of the things that I think we have not laid emphasis on is talking to our kids about sex. If sex is happening to a 4-year-old, somebody is taking advantage of the fact that this person does not know that what I'm doing now is wrong. Sex is happening to a 4-year-old. Now, let me tell you, if your child tells a lie in the house, and the child is like 3 or 4, and he said, no, I don't like it when you tell a lie. The next time the parent tells a lie, say, oh, mommy, you're going to hell. You are telling a lie. Because why? You have instilled in them that lying is not good. Let's not shy away from this issue. This issue is prevalent. It is harming our children. It is bringing our country to a zero. We are having almost a generation coming up that there are no innocent ones. Everybody is just like touchy. And one of the things I think that is causing all of this is also this emergence of the internet. Everybody's mind is, working on a 24-hour. They are very curious. They want to know, why was I watching that movie? And this person was kissing this. And they are curious. Not just the boys, even the girls. Okay? So talk to your children. For me now, when a child is 4, once a child can understand the simple mechanics of life, start telling them the truth. Just start telling them the truth. If somebody touches you, it is not correct. If somebody puts you on their lap and you feel like what is in their pants is standing up, it is not correct. You should come and tell me. Talk to your children. The sex talk these days, there is no early date for it anymore. When my son was turning 10, I spoke to the dad. When are you going to have the talk with him? He was like, I think he knows everything. I said, no, but you should have the talk with him. He was 10. And for me personally now, looking back in retrospect, I was late to have the talk with him. I was late. If children are suffering from the age of 4, somebody is doing that to them, or the child has suffered already, now you are putting the child in a position to explain something that you should have explained before it happened. We are doing the thing backward. You are relying on the child to give evidence on a case that somebody has raped them. But you, the parents, have failed to tell them that this is wrong. If somebody does this to you, come and tell me. Another thing is, I think we are leading too much of a busy life for our children. Now, if you pick up your child from school, or the first contact you make with your child after some hours you've been apart, whether they went to a party, whether they were in school, 3 questions are key. Now, it is very personal. How was your day? Hello, honey. How was your day? Did you like your food today? Did anything happen that I should know? You know the second question, why it is important? It takes away the inspector or the, how do I call it? The investigation out of you as a parent. It does not seem as if I want to know the nitty-gritties of your day. It seems as if I want to truly and just be a parent. I want to know, do you like your food? What type of lunch did you have today? If you don't make them food that they take, ask them, what did you buy today? Make your children feel like you care. Don't ask them when they know, you know now things have gone wrong. No, let it be a routine. You pick up your child from school, don't be on the phone. Never be on the phone whilst you pick up your kid from school. Don't be on the phone. Make sure you receive them with love, that I am in a safe place now. Here is mom, here is dad. How are you? Did you like your food today? Did anything happen that I... These are important questions that makes the child feel safe enough to open up to you. Again, if you are a mom to a girl, it is not you being extra, because the world has shown us that we have to be extra. It is not you being extra to pay attention on your child's undies. It is not you being extra. Me, I'm saying my own. It is not you being extra. It is not being you being extra to know that my child wore white panties to school. It is not you being extra to know that I gave my child black tights or leggings underneath. It is not you being too much to make sure that that child comes back home and you check the panties once in a while. You cannot be that all the time, because I know it is not easy. But once in a while, you should check that to make sure that there were 2 sets of things that you put underneath and both of them came back home. And there is no blood stain, there is nothing there for me to be worried about. Now, let me tell you, when a child is going through torture or trauma in school, they change. They change, their disposition change. But again, it comes back to us. Do you really pay attention? How many of you will take 50,000 job from your office to bring it home? You don't even look. The child will say, I want it. Go to your granny, go to the nanny, go to the... Our world has changed too. We should catch up with the times. We should catch up with the times. Speaking to your kids is key. There is no age limit now to talk to your kids about these things. If it is happening to a 4-year-old and they're asking a 4-year-old to give evidence, my sister, my brother, why not tell the child now that this is the reality of our life? Nobody should touch you down there. This thing is not called tutu. This thing is called vagina. Nobody should touch it. Let's stop mystifying these things. Demystify them. The world has changed. It is because we are not saying these things that people are doing this 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. The child does not even know what is going on. Maybe they just think this is part of life. Okay? That is my number 1 point. My number 2 point. Beware of your surroundings. I'll tell you this as a story. It happened though. I have a lady. She sells, small things just outside of our gate. And she will want to go somewhere, and then she will just pick up her little girl, about 6, and just give the guy at the gate, who, like the security guy or something, but usually there are a bunch of guys there. And she'll be like, look out for me quick, Carry come. How many times have you done that? You want to go out and you just take your girl child and say, let me drop you to my friend's house. Let me drop you to my neighbor. You don't know your neighbor who forms part of your neighbor's household. You don't know if there is a new crazy man that is visiting that should not see children. You don't know all of that information. You say, hola for me quick, they come out. Let's just wise up, because this thing is getting scary. Let's wise up. Me, myself, I have a boy though. So maybe this one is lighter on me. But I have, my friends have girls. And I love them. And I don't even want to process the thinking that something like that could ever happen to them. Because I don't know what I would do with myself. How many of us really use that route? You find a driver, you put your kid, you just call the driver, pick this. You never do a background check on that driver. You don't know if that driver has killed somebody before. You don't know if that driver has a police or criminal record before. We just don't know anything. We look at them, we trust them, and they go pick up for me. You go drop a hand and Sabina for Canaus. I think the world is just teaching us a lot that the things that we used to take for granted, we should no longer take them for granted. So let's wise up as parents. Let's come to the only way we can take full responsibility of our lives is when we convince ourselves that these sets of people, we cannot change them. So we are going to make sure we protect this kid to the latter. One of my friends posted that it is so scary out there that she has just given it all up to God. And ultimately, I am an ardent Christian and I believe in God. I know ultimately it is God that protects, it's God that preserves. I know that. But I also believe that when we have that faith and we don't do the work, we are setting up ourselves to fail. Eventually, we are going to fail. If you know you have a driver, if you know there is somebody coming around your house, a man, to help you, do a background check on them. Your child is your responsibility. It's like God so trusted you and say, I dashed you this kid. It is your job. It's like it's a bigger job than your job that brings you money. It's a bigger job than the job whatever job that you're doing. It's a bigger responsibility because God uses trust to give you this child. Do you know how many people are crying for these children? And I also know I am not oblivious of the fact that there is no parent at all that will say, okay, I have been careless enough to allow my child to be raped. No parent. It's a painful thing. I don't even want to think about it. But the reason why I am saying this is that we have made too many excuses. We have stayed in the same place whilst our world has moved 10 steps ahead of us. People are looking at the law and they are doing it. Yeah? People are arousing themselves through the internet and they are moving towards being sexual predators. They are having fantasies that, oh, if only I have sex with a child, it will be good for me. They are having all of those feelings. And you are seated, not taking action, not moving with the times. That the more you are doing this and you are behaving as if you're a crazy person, me too, I'm going to amp up myself. I'm going to amp up my own investigation or knowledge that I'm going to give to my child. Let's wake up as parents. The third and final thing I think we should do is to be vocal with people around you. To know that if you try it with me, somebody will die. Do you see that the way the First Lady said it once? I don't think she meant it that I will kill somebody like physically. When you are a mother and somebody, or a parent, and somebody does that to your child, that's the first instinct. That's no joke. It's not joke, in fact. The first instinct is, you treat my child like this, you are going to die. So, tell people around you that I know this thing is happening around. Like if you have gate man, you have someone that works for you, that my child is no-go area. Don't try it. Don't try it because I will hunt you down. Let people know your stance when it comes to that situation. Don't behave as if you're oblivious or like I too trust you. I'm not even bringing this conversation to you. If it is not their dad, have the conversation with them. If it's not their dad, have the conversation with them. I have a 4-year-old in this house. I know you'll be staying here for 2 weeks. My child is no go area. Don't carry my child on your lap. If she's in the bathroom and she needs help, don't go help her. Call me. Let's just be clear. Like, I know all of these things are going on. It's not like I'm accusing you that you have the tendency to do that to her, but I just want you to know that my antennas are up. Don't try it. Because all the people that have offended children are people the parents trust. So what is that teaching you? Trust nobody, suspect everybody. So instead of you waiting until it happens and then you act, then your child has suffered already. Let's just be on the offensive on this matter. Let's be on the offensive. If somebody is coming to your house, that is my daughter's room. On no account, you should not go inside that room. On no account, I don't want you in that room. If I'm not here and you knock the door and it's my daughter that says I'm the only one here, leave. Don't come in. You're not welcome. My daughter cannot keep conversation with you, so don't come in. Let that be known. Tell people that don't try me on this issue. Don't try me on this matter. Don't trust people. All the children that they have raped in this life, the domestic situations, is people that the parents trust. True or false? The parents trusted them. They came in as angels. They were helpful. 1 minute. I sent for you picking self biscuit. There is enough biscuit in my house. Okay? So in as much as I think we are really advocating that, if you do this, we are going to do this to you. We have not set up procedures to have forensic data on the rape so that we can be able to trace. That is all last. Let it don't happen. My advocacy is that let us make rape stop by not even making it happen. Let us don't say, okay, if this person does it and then he goes to prison, the next man will be afraid. And the person has already suffered. You have already stigmatized that child for life. You have destroyed a life. You understand? So I think we should just start from the beginning. The advocacy, the law, it represents when it happened. I'm saying, what can we do to protect our children so that this thing will not happen to them? Build a fort around your children. Let everybody that's come close to your children know that you are a no-nonsense parent. Like I am looking at you, I'm a Hulk. My eye is bigger than the one anti-corruption uses. I see everything. Don't try it. This is my child, as you see, and so I check my child like every 2 weeks. Even if you have to make that up, it's not true. But let people know that you are aware of what is going on, and you know what is going on, and you will not stand for it. So that is my third point. First point, let's talk to these children. Second point, be aware of your environment. There is a new person in the compound. I don't know that person. Don't come to my house. See that person, I don't know him. Be aware. Don't take your child and drop them off to somebody you don't even know the makeup of their house. It will not serve you right. I know a lot of people, because I know the thing about when you start to blame yourself. Sometimes I think things happen just because we have not opened our mind widely to cover all the bases. And when they happen, I am saying this with the utmost sympathy for people that have their children raped. But I know in the core of your cause, you hold yourself a little bit responsible to say, if only I would have done this. If only I would have done this. Maybe it's high time you sit back and make a list of things that you think you have not done before. Maybe you have not have a talk with the people around you that my children are no-go area. Don't play with them. Don't touch them this in a certain way. Don't tickle them. No. That is how it starts. These crazy people are funny. They tickle this child and maybe the child fall down and they see a little bit of their panties. They are all aroused. So maybe it's high time that we look back inside ourselves. What have I not done? What have I not done? What have I not thought about? Even if it's your cousin that you live with, make your cousin to know that your children are no-go area. That's me. I will haunt you for the rest of my life. You should try it. Let them know what is about to befall them so they don't even do it. Don't wait. We cannot allow these children to be given verbal accounts of what happened to them when we have not given them the information that this has happened to somebody that is 5-year-old. It's not, I think I have a podcast on that when I asked my son, what is his understanding about rape? it's, if you have not listened to it, you can go back and just look at a conversation with my son on rape. It will surprise you. The guy knows nothing but get or zero results. So you see, and rape, I think we thank God for, I don't think it is prevalent in Sierra Leone, but it also happened to boys. Because there are people who just have these stupid fantasies that they should sleep with boys. Men. Okay? I think I've been really angry in this video because it's just, I don't think it should happen to any kid. We are too strong, we are too civilized, we are too advanced as a country not to think of these things. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share, subscribe, please, and share to people. And if you cannot share the video, if there's 2 or 3 things that you can tell somebody, tell them. Let's talk to your child. Let people be aware of your environment and let people around you know your stance when it comes to your children. Thank you very much for listening. I've been your host, Beatrice.